Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy Ashton. I'm coming back to you to make another video. I know we haven't made a video in a very long time now. It seems like it's at least been a month or two. I don't know. Sorry guys. Sorry, this whole quarantine thing got me, I don't know. It's got me down, whatever. We're making a video now though. It has given me time to practice something new. As you guys can see, DJI FPV is in the house. I like drones a lot. You may notice I haven't really uploaded any FPV content in the past, and that's just because realistically I didn't think I was that good. But I've kind of watched some other videos and I feel like I've gotten better, and I feel like I've gotten a little bit more confident to where we can start posting some FPV content, as well as having like the analog stuff. I've flown analog FPV for probably like 2 years now, and I mean it's fun. It's a good time. It's really cool. The biggest complaint I have is just the clarity, like coming from flying DJI stuff in the past, like their GPS drones. Image quality was just beautiful compared to what you're getting out of an FPV drone, at least from what you're seeing in the goggles. Well, DJI has changed that with these enormous goggles right here. As you guys can see, they're pretty big. They look like some space. They look wild, yeah. They look ridiculous, but they just go on your head like that. The screen is absolutely massive. When I say it is massive, it is a massive screen in here compared to what I'm used to on some Fat Shark. I don't know. I've got some Fat Sharks. I can't remember what model. The remote as well. A lot of people are not really liking this remote, I guess. I don't know. Me personally, I'm liking it a lot. It's a little bit smaller than your normal FPV remote, which I'm kind of a fan of. You don't have a screen down here like your normal FPV remotes where you're going through, changing quads, all that. And that's just because DJI is a lot easier, honestly. You've got 4 switches, all the switches you need for pretty much everything. And then you can actually control a lot of the goggle menus right here through some buttons on the controller itself, which is pretty cool. You've got a record button. This little wheel will navigate you through stuff, I don't know, menus, things. This one will do the same, as well as you've got a back button right there. Super cool, honestly, super cool. I know, a record button, what? Yeah, you can record your video footage right here, as well as you can record your footage on board if you have a DJI Air unit, which we will talk more about in just a minute. As far as the controller though, I'm loving it. Battery life's really good. You plug it in via USB-C. It's super good if you want to hook it up to a simulator. Just USB-C cable to the PC or Mac. You're good to start flying. You're good to get going. It's actually pretty awesome how easy DJI has made this. To that notion though, the sticks feel good. Everything feels nice. I like the remote. I really do. I have no complaints realistically. The range is really good. No complaints out of that. I have had some issues with my Tyrannus QX9, or yeah, that's the one. Had some issues with that Tyrannus in the past, and I mean, I don't know, this is feeling good. This is what a lot of people are comparing to Crossfire, and I mean, Crossfire is some really good connection as far as like FPV stuff goes. My only gripe with these goggles is they don't fit my face that well. They don't fit anybody's face well, honestly. DJI's come out with some foam padding that you can buy. I need to buy it because this ain't gonna work. There's a little bit of light leak, a little bit of light leak, a little bit of light leak, and it's not okay. It's not okay at all. What I do like though about the DJI setup is that you can record your onboard footage, and it's 1080p 60 frames per second if you're using the Air unit, and I mean that's really good quality, and it actually looks pretty similar to like GoPro Hero 5 session quality, I would say. Yeah, I wish you had a way to stabilize it, but you don't, so I guess you're just gonna have to use a GoPro still if you want to do that, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. But I would have loved to have seen a way to stabilize that, but that's just asking too much, to be honest with you guys. That's too much. The actual performance though, as far as video connection, is pretty good. And I mean, I've just got the stock DJI antennas on here. I've got some more coming that I'm going to try. The Menace ones, we'll see how they go. I'm just going to replace the bottom 2, and they're 2 patch antennas, so I'm curious to see how they go. A lot of people have been recommending them. I'm curious to see, so we'll see. 30 bucks, not bad compared to the other options that are upwards of like $90 and $100, but whatever. They just released an update to allow you to double your megabits per your connection, so you can fly at 50 megabits per second versus 25 megabits per second, which is pretty awesome. You can really see a lot more detail, especially if you're flying in the high quality mode. I typically fly in a low latency mode just because I like to do freestyle and tricks, and you never know when you need to recover, because I'm still in my beginning days, so I like being able to react on a dime, and yeah, we'll go with that. So low latency mode still looks phenomenal through these goggles. I have no complaints other than how they fit. The micro SD card port is very easy to get to. It's right there on the bottom. Pretty easy. I like that. USB-C, boom, to update. Not bad at all. You do have a XT60 connector on this bad boy. Not a bad connector, actually. You can connect a ton of batteries to this. I actually had some old RC car batteries that I'm using for it. That way I don't have to use my flight pack, so woohoo. Yeah guys, I say we jump to some footage from that air unit, and we'll talk a little bit more about how it's flying, how things go like in the moment. This isn't about the quad this time. I don't really want to talk about the quad too much. I want to talk mainly about the actual air unit and how it performs and the footage coming out of it. This is mainly focused on DJI, not focused on the performance of the quad that it was flown on. Anyways, let's jump out there. Yeah, let's go ahead, put your goggles on. So that right there is the DJI air unit, and as you notice on this side you will see a USB-C port, and on the other side we have our micro SD port, which I will show you now. Boom, let's flip it around. Let me get this camera to focus. Bam. There is your micro SD card slot, as well as your binding button, that little dot right there above my finger. Yep, that is your binding button. You just stick a paper clip in there or a SIM card tool, and you are good to go. Just wanted to touch base on that air unit real quick before we go outside and fly, just so you guys know what you are looking at and what it's coming from. So yeah, here we go. Alright, and as we set flight here, as you can see, the footage from the DJI air unit, this is going to be the goggle feed. I have focus mode off, so this is what I could see. And it doesn't look bad, as you guys can see. It doesn't look bad at all. Compared to analog, it's ridiculous how much better it is. The latency thing is still a kind of a factor. I definitely see that. I definitely see what people are talking about with that, because as your connection gets worse, you get more latency, which means if you're using the DJI remote, your remote gets more latency. So woohoo. Yeah, not exactly the most fun thing in the world, to be honest with you guys. Other than that though, I'm actually really happy with how this system is performing and how everything works. I am flying on the 50 megabits per second. It actually worked out great for when I purchased the DJI system, as I literally received mine the day they came out with the 50 megabytes per second update, which is great. It is absolutely phenomenal, and it makes flying absolutely beautiful. You can see your gaps, no problem. You get great color. The DJI goggles offer a ton of adjustments for the picture, which is great. Let's see, you're gonna fly by us real quick. Woohoo, that was pretty nice. Yeah, as you can see, colors are nice. The colors are nice. You can still see a lot of detail. I mean, it's a great experience. The connection-wise, though, is definitely better than anything I've ever seen on an analog signal. Like, I've messed around with plenty of antennas, plenty of receivers, plenty of transmitters, everything, and nothing really I've seen as compared to this, as far as just the range in general is really good, especially with the Menace patch antennas. I'm trying those out. I'm not really having any type of issues at all, literally at all. You can fly a good ways through some dense stuff. Those patch antennas seem to be helping a little bit. I don't know, I need to do some real tests to see. I'm not going to speak too much on those, but anyways, as far as the actual footage from here, it looks pretty good. You can tell a little bit of noise in there. It is such a tiny camera, and I mean, you might be seeing a little bit of the breakup in the actual detail. That is due to the megabits per second, which is not the end of the world. Not the end of the world for sure, but definitely kind of there, which is unfortunate, but what do you expect? It's literally from your camera, from your DVR, from your goggles, bro. Like, it's not gonna be beautiful footage. That's why you gotta put a GoPro on top, and that's where it really shines. As far as flying though, I mean, you could use this footage starting out. You could definitely use this footage. I mean, you wouldn't want to use it for anything professional for sure, but it definitely is going to offer you some very good footage to go back and review for your actual like just wanting to see how well you fly, how your quad's handling, just want to go back and watch it. This is beautiful footage for that. Like, as you can see, there's plenty of detail to see how you're flying, see if you were close to a gap, whatever you want to see, really. Get real low to the ground. I love it. I love the 16:9 aspect ratio. I don't know, a lot of people really like 4:3, but personally I like 16:9 because the quads we're flying are so thin anyways. You really don't need that extra vertical field of view, in my opinion. In my opinion, personally, I would rather be able to see wider and see more of what's going on around me, which I absolutely love. DJI did good with that. One thing I don't like though is the head strap on these goggles. That thing sucks. The head strap is not good at all. Don't recommend it. I just ordered the fat strap for it. We'll see how that goes. I might make a video on that, just talking about how good it is, depending on how good it is. But a lot of people are praising it, so I'm excited to see it. Excited to see what comes out of that, to be honest with you guys. As you can see though, I mean, look at how high I am and everything's looking beautiful. Like, you have a lot of detail. It's so much better than analog. Like, you can see it's still 720p footage because this is coming out of the goggles, so you're looking at a 1280 by 720, but still looks so much better than that 480p analog signal that we're used to. It's ridiculous. You can see so much more detail, so much more color. And you saw how far I am, like, from myself. You go up and you get a lot of range out of the system, guys. As long as you're up, you get a lot of range. Realistically though, I can't think of too much more to say about the DJI system. I recommend it if you can justify the cost. I definitely would recommend it. It's a good system. I enjoy it. I know a lot of people enjoy it. It's beautiful. Range is great. But anyways, guys, this has been my thoughts on the DJI system. Make sure you leave me a like. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.